Hello, welcome to Steak Insanity. I'm your host, David, and this channel is about my carnivore diet adventure. I think it's been about since June, since I did the last, maybe July, when I did the last update for everybody. And essentially, I haven't done any updates because I haven't been on the diet. And I think even on the last video, I probably said I've been struggling massively with just life stress. We've had a lot of different things going on at once, trying to start the new studio and start a new business and trying to manage a bunch of stuff that I have in my personal life as well. And, you know, as I've mentioned many times on the channel before, I'm a stress eater and I find it really, really difficult to control my eating when I'm stressed. So luckily, well, not luckily, but I think some of that stuff is starting to resolve itself a little bit. I'm feeling a little bit more in control. But mainly, it's now the end of October. I've got Christmas parties coming up soon, so my diet's going to be absolutely horrendous. And I've decided that over the next couple of weeks, before the Christmas parties start, I want to try and get back on the diet hardcore and see if I can lose 5, maybe 6 kilos in a couple of weeks. So this is day one of doing that. So I've been on the diet. I've been pretty strict this morning, and I'm at 100.5 kilos. So I'm not any heavier than I ever really have been, at least in the last few years. But I am pretty much starting from zero again. So I'm getting back into the gym. So again, I haven't really been going to the gym either. I've been managing about once a week, and I've been doing a lot more weightlifting. So when I do go, I'm lifting weights. I'm not actually doing kind of any cardio or anything like that. I've had some injuries with my knee and some other stuff that have been bugging me. And essentially, I've just been letting all that stuff. I've just been making excuses for myself and kind of not going and then feeling sorry for myself that I didn't go. And I've just been in a bit of a downward spiral. So I've got to pull myself out of all that. And now I have a little bit of a target that I want to aim for. So yeah, if I can maybe get if I could get 5 kilos in the next few weeks, then that would be really cool. So starting over, I'll start keeping track of everything again. I haven't been doing anything. I've not been keeping track of in my spreadsheet or anything. So I'm starting all that back up again, tracking everything. If you guys are interested, then I'll start, I can get into the macros and all that stuff again, but probably won't do that, but maybe once a week and just give a review. But I will try and get in. I've got a setup now in the studio that's working, so I should be able to record in here. But even if I don't, I'll just use my camera on my laptop, and I'll use that to record at home or whatever. And I need to just get back in the habit of doing it. So this was just a very quick, short video. I don't even see the time on it. I'm not sure what the time is, but anyway, yeah, it's just a short video to say I'm back. I'm going to start working on everything again. I'm going to be really, really strict with carnivore, and let's see where we get to. So, yeah, sorry I've been gone for so long, and yeah, just stick with me and we'll see what happens over the next few weeks. And that's all for now. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.
A few moments later.
What are you doing here? Well, I just added this to the end of the video as evidence that I'm in the gym. And I just wanted to share that I did a 5K. I didn't stop at all, which I'm absolutely amazed about. It took about 42 minutes, so I was going slow as I could have probably fast walked it at the same pace. But I didn't. I jogged it. And for all those super fit people out there who think what that's like zone 2 training and kind of an easy run, I think for about 80% of it, my heart rate was in the 160s. And at the end, it was over 170. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy when you're not in shape. What is amazing, though, is that some of the training that I've done in the past has obviously carried over. And because when I first started a few years ago, I literally couldn't run more than 2 minutes, even at the speed I was running tonight. 7 kilometers an hour, if anybody's trying to do the math. But yeah, no, it was that was all right. I was okay with that because I didn't stop the whole time, and I expected that I would be absolutely dead and knackered. So that's pretty positive. I'm quite happy with that. I'm now just on the exercise bike cooling down a little bit, and I just thought I'd make a little video to stick on the end of my other video that I did earlier, and just say to everybody, look, it doesn't matter if you've been off, get off the diet. You haven't been doing it. You've had a shit diet. You've been eating crap. Whatever. It's one meal at a time, people. You just got to make one decision at a time. It's not a mountain to climb. It's a tiny molehill that you just have to do over and over and over a million times. So this is coming from someone who hasn't been able to do it. So I feel your pain, and I'm giving it another go. So we'll see what happens over the next few weeks. But hang in there. I assume, based on my performance in the past, that because I've been fat and happy, I've got a lot of stored up energy. And because I haven't been doing any exercise at all other than walking, I've got a bit of energy to burn off. And so if I do this, if I come back tomorrow and then the next day and the next day, by the time Saturday comes around, I probably won't have the energy, the stored up energy anymore to be able to do it. But the plan is to just keep doing this. I'm going to keep the same speed, the same cadence and everything for a week. And then once I've done that for a week, if I can solidly keep going through and not stopping, then I'll bump it up to 7.5. And then I'll do another week and I'll see how that goes. And then once I can finish that pretty regularly, then I'll bump it up to 8. And that's how I did it the last time. Started off at 7, kept going half of 7, 7.5, 8, 8.5, 9, 9.5, 10, 10.5. What I kind of learned when I got that fast was that when I hit 11, I would get injured. So, you know, I'm not mid-50s now. I can't run as fast as I used to. I know there's loads of older people out there that run faster than me, and I don't give a shit. But for me, I find that 11 kilometers an hour seems to be my upper limit, but we'll see. I'm not worried about speed. I'm worried about consistency. And I've had, you know, some of the weird kind of heart stuff happening again. I think I have, you know, I feel like I've got about half of my lung capacity. And yeah, and I have low blood oxygen a lot of times. So my normal blood oxygen, my average sits around 94, 95, which is low, which is sort of an indicator of maybe COPD or something, but I don't care. I'm just gonna fight it the whole way. And so yeah, I'm not in any hurry. I'm here about consistency and just getting back in and doing my workouts, you know, most days out of the week. And we'll see how I get on. So anyway, that's just a little appendix to go at the end of the video. If you're still here and you haven't subscribed so far, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can keep me honest. And please leave comments. I do read all the comments and I try to answer as many of them as I can. Even the mean ones if I get them. Although I don't get them very often because I don't have enough people. But yeah, and if you know anybody who's doing a keto diet or whatever who just wants to watch someone struggle, and maybe it'll help them if they feel like they're failing or having a really hard time and they just want to know that they're not the only one. I think there's Keto Ken, he struggles quite a lot with it, and I don't want to get into naming a whole bunch of people because I'll forget everyone and that would be bad. But yeah, there's a whole load of us out there. But anyway, thanks for watching and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.